everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to everyone joining us globally. Welcome to Agentforce Now Ask Me Anything, May Edition. In this one, we are going to learn about scaling apps, Agentforce apps. And for that, we have amazing product experts with us. So we'll be following the similar format. We'll be first going through the products, the scaling Agentforce apps. We'll then continue with our questions. We'll make sure to get all your questions answered. So if you're joining us from YouTube, from LinkedIn, please make sure to add your questions and we'll take them up sequentially. So with that, let's get started. And I would first like to bring upon our product experts, and they're really good. So let me just first bring it upon Mayuresh. Hey, hi, Mayuresh, and also Vaishnavi. So we have product managers Mayuresh and Vaishnavi with us. Hello.
Hey Akshita, how you doing?
Hi.
Hey
Um,
Akshita,
hi. I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing good.
Great.
doing good
Like,
Akshita.
so would you like to introduce yourself first before we get started? Yeah. Maybe Vaishnavi, you want to go
Yeah,
first?
yeah. Hi
Great.
everyone, I'm Vaishnavi. I'm the product manager for Scale Test within the Scale products portfolio at Salesforce. Been with Salesforce around 3 years now. Excited to share all the latest innovations we have
Mhm.
in the testing, reliability, and availability space within Salesforce.
Great. Thanks for joining us, Vaishnavi. Mayuresh?
Hi everyone, great to see all of you. I work in the capacity of product manager for Apex Guru, a developer-focused product, and it's been almost about 3 years again in Salesforce, same as Vaishnavi's. So looking forward to get more of your feedback, improve on the product, and ensure that you start using it.
Absolutely. And I'm personally more excited because I got some questions for myself as well. So yeah, looking forward to this one. And before I forget, to introduce myself, I'm Akshita Sawant, developer advocate at Salesforce, mainly focusing on MuleSoft, Agentforce, Salesforce, everything. I'm currently based in London. Let me know where you guys are joining us from. I'm sure we have global participants here today. So yeah, with that, let's get started. And we have screen here. So over to you. The stage is yours, Mayuresh Vaishnavi. Let's take it ahead.
Thank you, Akshita.
Problem.
Some forward-looking statements before we go in. We're going to be sharing a lot of exciting features on our roadmap. Some of the features, some of the products you see here are paid, so we request you to make purchasing decisions based on what's commercially GA and available today.
Yeah.
Now that that's out of the way, over
Uh,
to you.
yes. So I would like to just take maybe the previous slide, Vaishnavi. Yes. Do join the Salesforce developers global community. And here are some links maybe for resources as well for videos, blogs for you that might be helpful around Salesforce. So make sure you join the link. Check out the community tools and the resources that we have to offer. Great. The next one. Yes, we have already introduced ourselves. We also have Ravi Rana in the SME in the chat section, who's gonna be our SME for the today's event, and will be answering all our questions as well. Like if we miss out anything, so feel free to ask all your questions in the chat. Vaishnavi, over to you.
All right, thank you. So before we begin with introducing our products, let's look at how agents are being built and like how they're tested and deployed today. So we all know that agents are the next big thing. They're extremely easy to build and deploy, but let's look at the stages. So starting with ideate, you use the agent creator and the agent builder to understand what are your use cases, what kind of actions, what kind of knowledge articles your agent should have, and then you configure it in your agent builder. So that's the build stage. Now, the testing stage, because agents are very non-deterministic in nature, you need to use something like Agentforce Testing Center, where it simulates hundreds of use cases, the utterances, and it looks at is it passing or not in terms of your action, in terms of the knowledge article that it's calling out, and everything, every aspect of the agent is being tested for
Mhm.
quality and efficiency. And after that, we have your agent builder once again to deploy and testing center to monitor if you want to change any of your actions. Is it actually satisfying all your set goals or not? So this is your Agentforce low-code platform. But hold on to this slide. We're also going to bring this back up with how we reimagine it with scale products to make it more reliable, scalable, and efficient. Next slide, please. So, what are scale products? If you go to the next one, we can look at the vision. So, our products help customers validate the scalability of their Agentforce implementation by providing you the necessary infrastructure, observability, and insights at each of the phases seen above in your implementation cycle. So, let's dig into each of them quick. Next slide, please. All right. So you can scale your agent force with scale products. This is your next gen layer on the Salesforce platform for deploying your autonomous AI agents. So with scale test, you can test how your agents are performing at peak loads for your most critical business event. It could be a go live, a migration, or a peak event that you have. So how do agents behave on your existing platform application? So that's what scale test helps you test for and validate. Scale Center will get you real time insights on how your agents are behaving in terms of your scale and performance, and also let you investigate root cause for those slow agents or slow actions and help you optimize them for peak performance. And Apex Guru, with already powered with AI insights, it will help you develop scalable code, optimize for any performance issues, and fix scale anti patterns directly in your Apex code. So, overall, we help you prevent downtime, protect your revenue, and stay optimized. Next slide, please. All right, let's just dig a little deeper into Scale Test and other products too before we open it up for AMA. So, Scale Test is a paid product. It is a sandbox add-on SKU. So, it is already generally available. It'll help you turbocharge your full copy sandbox to production grade infrastructure. This is needed because to get production like scale confidence, you can't test at something at a smaller scale, which is your full copy sandbox today. It is way smaller in terms of your infrastructure and capacity. So, we help you bridge that gap. We help you also with creating your test plans. We look at your peak RPS. We understand what are your test use cases you need to test for. We also have a load generation pilot, monitor and analyze your test with the other two products. And also now it is a test provider within DevOps testing. So it's seamlessly integrated in your ALM. So with that, over to you, Myresh, to cover the rest.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you, Vaishnavi. So, if you recollect the vision that Vaishnavi had highlighted, it was the scale products portfolio is infrastructure, observability, and insights. Vaishnavi covered scale test, which is the infrastructural aspect of it. Observability is where we get into scale center. Now, how does your org perform? Is it performant enough? Is it scalable? Is it reliable? That is what Scale Center offers. It's free of cost, available available for unlimited edition and signature customers at this point of time. But if you are an enterprise edition customers, we can get it enabled for you. You just have to reach out to us via your account executives or CSMs. Now, what does Scale Center offer? Scale Center helps in identifying the root cause analysis for issues like governor limits, row lock errors, Apex concurrency errors, things like these. And that's what Scale Center does. Natively available in the setup page of your Salesforce org. Have a look at it. Something new that is going to come up soon is the Agentforce Insights. How is your agent performing? What's the response time? How's the latency? Are they meeting the SLAs or not? Things like this is what will be available in Scale Center. Apex Crew, again, observability was Scale Center. Insights right now is Apex Crew. What Apex Crew does is a developer focused product available in the full copy and production environment right now. I missed highlighting Scale Center also is available in the full copy and production environment. In Apex Crew, it is powered by in-house developed Apex trained LLM in-house developed model called as XGen. What it specializes in is two things. First, it scans your code base and highlights or identifies the anti-patterns, the performance anti-patterns, and gives a recommendation on the same. But what differentiates this particular product is the runtime analysis of it. Is your code called multiple times during the last week, and is it performant enough? Is it causing issues in your Salesforce org? That's what Apex Guru does. There are 4 to 5 features at this point of time. There is code recommendation, there is so-called DML analysis, expensive methods, and unused classes and methods. What you're seeing in front of you are 3 more new features that are going to come soon. On-demand generation. Right now, Apex Guru surfaces insights on a weekly basis. On-demand is something that is going to come up very soon. We are also planning to work, or we are also working actually with the code analyzer integration, which means right in the IDE itself, developers can access Apex Guru insights and also test cases. That's also what Apex Guru will start surfacing. Now, this is what Vaishnavi was highlighting earlier, agent development cycle and how does scale products fit in. Test or testing stage is where scale test fits into the portfolio. Apex Guru can be leveraged before deploying just to identify and ensuring that your code is performant so that the performant code gets into your production environment. And via and Scale Center, you can leverage it from a monitoring perspective. Is your agent response time optimal or not? This is what the product roadmap looks like for Scale Test, Scale Center, Apex Guru. Scale Test now integrates with DevOps Center, making it easier to run a high-scale performance test during staging and production. With the streamlined booking flow, support for almost 50K RPS, unlimited logins, and the new live test view, teams can monitor test in real time. For scale test as well. Coming release, we are also working to enable it for the LDV orgs so that our partners or ISVs can also start leveraging scale test. Load generation is another aspect which we are working very actively on. In addition to that, upcoming features is Scale Agent, which will be in pilot soon. From a Scale Center perspective, new features like Concurrent Apex, Apex Summary, Search Insights are going to come up, are actually already up. And for Scale Center, this particular release, we are working on Lex performance, database insights, and Agentforce insights. Going down the line, we are also trying to make it more available for enterprise edition orgs
Mhm.
and also for ISVs. And
Awesome.
for Apex Guru, customer impact matrix, on-demand generation of insights, code analyzer integration, we already discussed that. Expensive code line, which of my code line is more expensive? Things like this is what we are working on actively. Yep.
Wow.
Over to you, Akshita.
That sounds like an insightful product map, and absolutely we have like lots of questions that are coming in. So I think we should get back to the questions so we have a lot of time for discussions and questions and everything. What say? Cool.
Sure.
So the first one is coming like how deployment is done through the agent builder. Thought it would be done via DevOps Center. This is from Sally, and she's asking us on LinkedIn. Should I repeat
Would
the
you like
question?
to?
Like,
Yeah.
yes. How is the deployment done via agent builder? Thought it would be done via DevOps Center.
Okay,
So,
so I can take this one. So we're talking about deploying agents and not like the
mhm,
code related to agents. Like you can obviously customize code, you can build like a lot more custom actions to
mhm,
the code. That is as usual, like the regular ALM. But deployment of agents, as like activating the agents, is done through the agent builder, where you have your actions and your knowledge articles. You verify it within that agent builder window, how it's responding to some of your queries, and then you launch the agent or you activate it from the agent builder.
cool. Noted. I hope that answers your question, Sally. I also had a couple of questions, as I said. So firstly, like we discussed as well with Maharish. So, do we have anything for like threshold or rate limiting that we can apply with Scale Center or
Yep. To
anything
I
else?
can
Yeah.
take that, Akshata. Right now, it is not available, and we are actively working towards that
Mm-hmm.
aspect also for Scale Center for Apex Guru. So soon you will be seeing the same. This year, we are focusing on adoption, which means more customers start leveraging it. We will be getting into the rate limiting aspect also
Okay. That
soon.
sounds exciting because I'm definitely excited for that one. Uh, Moving ahead, we have questions on from LinkedIn asked by Shruti. So Shruti is asking us, like she's curious to learn how Salesforce integrates deeply with Agentforce and how scalable it is for enterprise customer interactions. Also, how does page direction work seamlessly within this ecosystem? Like, how does this redirection work seamlessly with all our products, Customer 360 and scaling products as well?
Okay. So the good thing is
Hmm.
Agentforce is a part of Salesforce, so it's not like we're
Yep,
building something brand new. Like the platform stack
absolutely.
is still there, like all the products are still there, so they're seamlessly integrated with Agentforce. As a company as well, we're always trying to
Hmm.
like build for Agentforce, like all our other product offerings, to help you build agents within your existing applications.
True.
So I think that makes it easier for a lot of developers to onboard to this.
Yeah, I mean, everything is available on one single platform. From setup, you can access everything, and it's all like kind of integrated so well together that we can definitely use this across. So that's true. That brings me actually to the next question. Like, we have seen different products on scaling, like the scale test, scale center, Apex Guru. So, how does the access evolve? Like, who has different, what kind of access? How can a developer access this product? Or if it's in beta, then how can we access it? Or like, how is it going to work? So
Yeah,
that's my
would you like
question.
to
I'm
take it,
sorry.
Vaishnavi, for scale
Yeah,
test?
yeah. I'll do it for scale test and Marish can do it for the other products.
Sure.
So for
Yeah.
scale test, it is a paid SKU. So you'd have to reach out to your account team and get some. So each SKU is one scale test day. And
Okay.
each day gives you 24 hours of testing time on that upgraded infrastructure within
Hmm.
your existing full copy sandbox. Now, to get access to the other features like test planning and test analysis, it's by default given to system admins. And
Hmm.
on top of that, up to 5 users can be given that user license by the system admin. It could be your performance engineers, your developers, whoever
Okay.
need to book those scale test days or those access those features.
Awesome. That actually sounds good. Do you want to add Mayurish to the?
Yeah, and for Scale Center, right now it's
Hmm.
available for, I mean, the key persona that uses Scale Center is an admin, and the
Hmm.
outcomes
Yep.
of that are improved and or worked on by developers. That's how the flow works like. Right now available for admins, and
Okay.
for Apex Guru, we are working very actively with trying to integrate it with Code Analyzer, which means the insights will be available directly in the IDE itself. Right now, this is in beta, which
Okay.
means we are working with certain customers, gathering the feedback, and soon this will go GA as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And for all those of you interested, like we have this product homepage as well where you can check out everything about scale products. So maybe check it out. All right. So we have a lot of questions to cover, as I can see. So let me go on to the next question that's been asked by David Scott. So David is asking, how long is the inside and data retained for monitoring? Do you have any estimates? Can we look at improvements over time?
So, is it for okay? See, the
I
data is
think,
stored
yeah.
for almost 30 days. I'm talking about Scale
Okay.
Center and Apex Group, which means one can access the insights, one can
Mm-hmm.
access the reports for the last 30 days, right? Not beyond that.
Not beyond that.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. I hope that answers your question, David. Moving on to the next one, how to move agents from org to org, like from dev to sandbox to production. This has been asked by Vamshi. That's a nice question, Vamshi. Thanks for asking. Should I repeat again? Like Vamshi is asking, how to move agents from org to org.
I am not.
I'm not sure exactly. I was about to say the same,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure if I got it. Like, can you please elaborate it a bit further? Like, what do you mean by moving agents from org to org? Um, like, do you mean like building first agents in sandbox dev and then moving into production, something like that?
Based on what I know, what I've been talking to
Uh-huh.
the Agentforce teams, there's no clear way. It's not like the ALM where you just move the work items from one stage to the other. I think you have to
True.
rebuild the agents in the org that you want to move to, like dev to your full copy sandbox. You already have the
Hmm.
agent built somewhere, tested somewhere. You just like rebuild it in the other org. That's what I know, but we can always find out and get back.
Yeah, sure. So again, I have one more question. Like that's from me. So, is it possible that I can use Scale Center without writing any line of code? Like, it could be completely configured and automated.
Oh, that's a very, I would say, very lot of customers ask this.
Yeah, I'm
A lot
sure.
of customers ask this. Uh, And as we said, a very a new product, but as the
Yep.
landscape is evolving very quick, we are actively working on this. So you will soon see an update pertaining to the same, so that developers or I mean, how can we ensure that scale center insights are available throughout the ALM? We are
Yep.
working towards that. Right now, if you ask me that is it available today or in the next 2, 3 months, is it going to happen?
Uh-huh.
No, it is not going to happen in within the next 2, 3 months at least. We are working on it.
Okay.
Yeah,
So yeah, let's hope. Hopefully, it will be available for us soon.
soon, soon.
Soon, soon. Going ahead with the next question. So that's been asked by Jay Venkata Arun Akula. When stress testing Agentforce application at enterprise scale, what are the recommended methodologies for simulating concurrent user behavior across dynamic workloads, particularly in LWR based deployments? And how do you isolate the governance limits, bottleneck versus front end render lag in your telemetry stack? I'm sure this is a long one. Let me know if you want me to repeat it again.
I think we got the
Yes,
Yeah,
gist of it.
yeah,
Yeah, I can walk through an example. Okay, thanks. That
sure.
really helps. Yeah, so we start with as we've looked at the agent force development cycle, we start with testing your agent for quality and coverage first, that you can use
Yeah.
agent force testing center.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of utterances. So all the ways, all the kind of questions your user can ask your agent, those will be shown there and give you like action pass or fail.
Yep.
So that is number one. Once you do that, also simulate more of those utterances in a CSV file. So that'll be your test data for your scale testing. Now you can also write JMeter based scripts, or you can use other scripting tools out there to create Playwright or JMeter, any other scripting
Mm-hmm.
language you want for your scale tests. So
Okay.
use those to simulate not just your agent actions, just like a user asking question and agent responding. Have your end-to-end use case ready. For example, let's talk about a travel company, right? So a travel company, the agent is making the travel bookings for you. So also make sure the travel booking is updated, the email is being sent out, the customer is confirming, and then now the record is updated. So that is your end-to-end use case. So agent is just a part of it. That's what I think a lot of customers, when we talk to them, they think we're just scale testing the agent behavior, but we're scale testing the end-to-end platform and how your agent fits into that at that scale. So once you have the test data that you've created using Agentforce Testing Center, or you can simulate thousands of more utterances, use that and your test scripts. You can use our load generation pilot, book your scale test day, and execute it using our load generation pilot. And in terms of analysis and reports, Myrish was talking about how Scale Center has their new agent force analysis, where it talks about the agent performance, the agent action performance. So it actually isolates the EPT and all the other metrics specific to
Mm-hmm.
that.
Okay. Thanks for covering this one, Vaishnavi.
Yeah.
Over to the next one. So, there is a question. If these tools are not available in dev work, it may be difficult to learn and do hands-on exercises. Is there a plan of releasing those to dev works? I think we did speak about this, Mayuresh, right? Today.
Yes, and for scale test as well,
Mm-hmm.
Vaishnavi, would you like to cover the DevOps integration? That's our new feature.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So DevOps, so Scale Test is a test provider within DevOps. So you can invoke Scale Test within DevOps testing, but it's still only limited to a full copy sandbox because you're testing at production scale. So you need the maximum kind of environment even for testing purposes.
Absolutely.
But to learn and do hands-on exercises, we do have a trailhead coming up, which will sometime this year. We're not aware of the exact timeline, but
Mm-hmm.
where we can help customers create these mock tests and learn while doing it.
Cool. Thanks. I hope that answers your question, Ravi. Thanks for asking. Moving on to the next one. What architectural or platform strategies does Agentforce recommend to ensure performance and scalability while deploying AI powered apps across multiple Salesforce orgs or high volume environment? Um, yeah.
Harish, you want to take this or shall I?
Sure, Vaishnavi, go ahead. I think from my standpoint, if it is certain architectural strategies can be ensuring that the implementations are performant. The same deployment lifecycle that was shared in front of you, test, deploy, that is the strategy that we take usually. Uh, but this is very new and
Hmm.
it is evolving throughout. The strategies keep on changing as well. Vaishnavi, would like to add on to this?
I can add to that. So we have been working with some of the new Agentforce Go Live customers, and they're
Hmm.
also trying to like carve out what are the use cases. Um, Most of the customers that we've seen, they're starting with something very simple because they don't want to have customized agents at scale. So they're starting with like just two, three actions, deploying them to a full copy sandbox, stress testing them, and then once it's in production, they're seeing how the customers, the usage, they're monitoring the usage and understanding what other prompts or the utterances that the customers are asking for it, and that gives them real time feedback on like how to improve their agent. So everyone is kind of building it in an iterative fashion, but
Hmm.
as Mayresh mentioned, they're going through the entire agent force development cycle because once again this is a brand new technology, and to deploy something at scale you need to go through testing and optimizations continuously.
Just one addition to that, right now, what we are also observing is that when Vaishnavi highlighted that we need to start
Yep.
small or start low, one-step action agents is something that customers start with. They test on it, they do the rigor on it, and then they get into the multi-step aspect of it. Yeah.
That's so true. Okay. Moving on to the next question. I hope I'm audible now. I did see a comment that I wasn't audible. Well, let me know if still that's the issue. Uh, but yeah, let's go ahead with the next question. That's from a LinkedIn user that it says, does, I think it's Shruti that's asking us this question. Does Agentforce provides options for developing criteria-based agents, like for example, routing based on skill, location, customer priority within Salesforce integrated environment? Is that possible?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. So yes, Shruti, that is possible. Uh, Coming on to the next one, that's from Ankit. I'm not able to find an employee agent template when I try to create a new agent. Tried it on my company's org as well as developer org. I'm not sure if this relates to our topic.
uh, I'm not
What do
sure
you think?
either.
I think
Okay.
it's
I
very
can.
recent, right? So maybe we
Yeah.
should
Yeah.
check the GA timelines again.
Okay. I think we'll just check it on Ankit and maybe get back to you on this one. Meanwhile, I also had a few questions. Like, I have been personally working on with some external services and APIs. So, if we import our APIs or external services, the methods, functionality, actions, do you think we can trace them as well? We can monitor them, or we can have statistics around them?
So if it's external to Salesforce, no, like
No.
the
Okay.
the observability ends at the Salesforce platform level at this point.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Yeah, noted. Just curious about it because I was using those services and I was wondering if we can have a track of them as well. But no problem. Uh, Moving ahead with the next question, yeah, we have covered them. So Shruti is asking, does Agentforce provides development criteria based agents? I think we have covered this one as well, but there were multiple questions. The next one is from Rohan. Would it be possible to create a dark kit type of export product for exporting agents from a dev org to production org? Not necessarily currently possible, but for future.
So does it mean
Oh,
we need to, I mean, the complete agent kit to be moved from
mhm.
a developer environment to
Developer
a
environment to
sandbox to a
production.
production?
Production. I think we had a
Uh,
similar question before as well. Yeah.
yes.
Right now, I don't think there's any functionality, but we can check in the roadmap. Sure, there is.
Okay, no
But it will be
problem.
very cool if it comes
Yeah,
up. Very
that's
cool.
Yeah.
true.
Okay. Moving on to the next question, and this is from Karthik. Like, how does deployment work along with its dependencies in the agent force? Like, is there a concept similar to experience bundle that packages prompt templates, actions, and agents together, like an agent bundle? I'm not sure if this is exactly related to scale center or scaling products.
Yeah, but
Right?
yeah, in general, of course.
I know.
But there are some like certain set agents which come
Mm-hmm.
with default articles, default actions, so that exists.
Okay. Uh, yeah. So for now, I think it's completely a different topic. That's what I would say. Okay. So I was going through these products as well today by like Mayuresh gave me some introduction and I was curious like with Apex Guru, like can I detect anti-patterns as well?
I
Or
didn't get the question. Uh,
yeah, with Apex Guru, can we detect the anti-patterns as well?
so Apex Guru, see, the
Mm-hmm.
portfolio of scale products is performance, right?
Performance.
Right. So Apex Guru highlights or identifies performance
Mm-hmm.
anti-patterns like get global describe is one, Soccer loop is another, uh, Soccer loop one hop is another. All these expensive code lines or anti-patterns get highlighted in Apex Guru, clubbed with the runtime analysis, which
Okay.
means which one is critical for me to be solved as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm. And I think the same applies for security as well, right? Like currently with AI and Agentforce and everything coming into picture, I think customers might be more interested learning more about like what security capabilities we have to offer with scaling products. Do you think we have any?
A very recent task, especially coming from I mean, just after Agentforce was launched, a lot of
Yep.
asks came pertaining to adding security-related anti-patterns or focusing on security aspect as well. Uh, we do understand it's very important. I would say
Mm-hmm.
right now, not in the immediate roadmap, but
Okay.
yes, this will be coming up.
That's really interesting, and I'm particularly excited about the security stuff, considering all the
Yeah,
development we are having around AI. That's going to play a crucial role. Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. Moving on to my next question, like, how can I integrate it with, like, how can I integrate my Apex Guru into VS Code or maybe CI/CD pipelines with my current integrations, current DevOps cycle? So, is it possible?
Yeah, it is possible. Right now,
Mm-hmm.
not in CI/CD. CI/CD is the next step for us. First step was to
Okay.
integrate it in the ID, maybe VS Code or Code Builder. This is where we are working. So during the roadmap, we highlighted that Apex Crew is getting integrated with Code Analyzer, and
Yep.
the insights of Apex Crew will be available via the Code Analyzer plugin, which can be installed in VS Code or it is pre-installed in your Code Builder. It's in beta at this point of time.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere around Dreamforce is what we are looking to GA this particular feature.
Awesome. Yeah, I think I did see that in the product roadmap as well.
Yep.
So, cool. There is a question. I can see a LinkedIn user. I'm not sure about the name. In Apex Guru, is there an option within Agentforce to develop criteria-based agents for smart routing?
Uh, no,
No,
not
I
at this point of time. But I would like you to understand that Apex Guru can be considered as a code reviewer
true.
of sorts, which means you have written a code, maybe with the help of Agentforce for developer, and then you scan it with the help of Apex Guru to ensure that your code is performant. That's how you need to think about of this particular product.
And thanks for bringing this up. I would just like to call
Yeah.
out that if you guys have such product suggestions or anything new that you would like to submit, here is the email address that you can leverage. You can just send all your suggestions, feedback about the product, and the team will definitely look into it. Right, Mayuresh, Vaishnavi?
Yeah, true.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that is something for you to keep in mind for your future to send up your recommendations. Cool. Moving on to the next one, there's this question like from Syed Suleiman Ali. Like in Agent Force, how can we handle asynchronous processes like such as if API takes time to respond, the agent will automatically reply once the response is received without any user intervention. Uh, I'm not sure if I entirely got it. Like
Yeah.
let me bring it again. So in Agentforce, how can we handle asynchronous processes? Like if an API takes time to respond, the agent will reply once the response is received without any human intervention. I think if there are multiple questions that are being asked and the agent is still responding to the previous questions, will it still take up the next question? Something like that. Like if there are multiple messages, how will it process those messages? Yeah.
I
I
think
think
that's
that,
why, yeah,
yeah.
go ahead, Vaishnavi.
This is a little outside our product purview, but we'll try to answer based on what we know
Yep.
working with these teams. So I think it responds to all. Obviously, it's not going to just like ignore the others and
Other.
only the last one. But we're not exactly sure how the architecture is underneath, um, like how it responds, what it looks up first in like which action it performs first. But I think it happens synchronously, like simultaneously, all these actions are called, and it also gives all the answers in the same order.
Yeah. Or is
Yeah,
it
plus
so
one.
that like is it so that we are like blocking kind of the chat while the agent is answering the question? No, right?
I don't think so.
No,
No.
no,
No.
right, yeah.
The actions happen simultaneously.
Actions happen simultaneously. Cool. Just confirming. All right. The next one, it's here. It's from Shruti again. Thanks for being active, Shruti, and asking us all the questions. Can scale testing in agent helps tailor the chatbot's ending lines to better suit the personal persona of the app?
Okay, this is a great question
Great
because
question. Yeah.
we've been trying to help position how Agentforce Testing Center works and how Scale Test works. Now,
Cool.
Agentforce Testing Center is right after you build an agent or while you're building an agent, you
Mm-hmm.
test for how your agent responds.
Yeah.
Is my persona getting the right kind of responses? And is the action being done? Like you look at the test functionality, the agent functionality with itself. Now, scale test, as I mentioned, where agent is just a part of your implementation, you're testing your end-to-end use cases, and you're testing a lot of platform components. So if you'd like to scale test your agent force, then definitely use scale test. But if you like to understand and make your ending lines better, as this question mentions, test on agent force first, fix all
Yep.
these issues, and then go to scale test.
Absolutely. Thanks so much. Moving ahead with the next question, like those are one from my question. I was really curious to learn more about the scaling products. So here comes the next one. Does Apex Guru help us identify the performance bottlenecks in managed packages or just custom codes?
Great, great question. One of my
Cool.
favorite questions in the past 2, 3 months, actually. We have been working with certain partners,
Uh-huh.
ISVs, and this is where the feedback got from them that Apex Guru should be able to scan manage package. Right
Okay.
now, in its current state, it is not able to scan manage package
Oh.
because it's proprietary code. We cannot scan the code base
Mm-hmm.
without informing the owner of the package. So right now, this is more of a legal discussion that we are
Okay.
working on, and once done, then we can proceed with it. But it is in our immediate roadmap, is what I could like to call out.
Okay. So hopefully soon, my dream first.
Soon, soon.
Soon.
So
Cool.
many soons. But yeah,
So yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've seen the product roadmap, and there are just really exciting list of products that are coming
yeah,
up. So
yeah.
fingers crossed. Okay. Moving on to the next one. So this is the question from Rohan, and Rohan is asking us like, would we be able to test the functionality, not necessarily in production environment?
Yeah,
Basically, yeah. So I think we can test it in different sandbox type environment as well from the
yeah.
previous
I think this should be a very big call out once again. Scale test has to be done in a sandbox environment. You cannot test anything in production.
production.
So we give you production like scale within your sandbox environment. So you're still
Yeah.
testing your agents or whatever you're building in your full copy sandbox.
And that's the main feature, right? Like the
Yeah.
capability or the ability to like test in your sandbox without. So yeah. Uh, all right. I think we have covered most of the questions from the audience. Please do send in all the questions if you have any. Meanwhile, I have literally a lot of questions to ask, so I'll take them up. But I'm also keeping an eye on your questions if you have any. And towards the end, we'll also share some resources with you that will be helpful for you to start your development. Okay. So the first one is like we have seen that scale center, test center is like for scale test is mainly for admins, right? For admins to kind of work upon or to do the configurations. So what is in it for mainly for developers? Like from a Salesforce developer's perspective, what could be their role or how could they play along?
I can start with the scale test. So, for scale test, our vision is that any developer should be able to
Mm-hmm.
conduct scale test. So,
Okay.
once they're writing their end-to-end code, we want to make sure scale test is one of the final stages before deployment in your ALM. So, right now there's multiple stages. Especially, you have to build your test artifacts, your test scripts, your test data.
Oh yeah.
Now we are building capabilities of creating scripts, creating test scripts within the IDE. So
Hmm.
where developers now they can use a lot of AI tools. Once they get the use cases from a performance engineer or architect, so they can build their test scripts, they can generate the loads. This is just going to be one additional step for developers, and
Uh-huh.
that way a lot we can encourage a lot more customers to scale test whatever they're building for. So Scalers at least is going to be very developer focused. They're our main persona right now, and we're building all the tools. We're considering CLI integration of some of the scale test stages for them.
Awesome. That's exciting to know. Like, really, we have something more for developers as well. So that's cool. Thank you so much. There is this video that I have like from TDX. So if you're all interested in watching the whole walk through the demo of how it works with Agentforce, Scale Center, Epix Guru, then please do check out this video. It has an awesome demo that you can maybe find more relatable and you can understand how it's going to work around, how it is going to function. Cool. Uh, Moving on to the next question, like does Apex Guru help us identify the bottlenecks uh, in the managed package? I think I just covered this. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries. No worries.
Cool. The next one is how does Apex Guru prioritize which issues are most critical?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
basically the runtime analysis log
Mm-hmm.
of it, which means uh, it identifies basis the internal engine
Mm-hmm.
wherein the entire stack trace is available. We identify which particular code line has been executed, how many times, and it occupies or consumes what CPU percentage. And basis the expensiveness of it, it identifies them as critical
Okay.
or major
Uh,
or minor.
okay. Noted. And suppose if I have like a scale test and detect a CPU spike, can I detect it using Scale Center, Apex Guru?
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
absolutely. So that's how the whole portfolio is designed, which means you test in scale test with the help of scale test in your full copy sandbox. During the testing, you identify that there is a certain CPU spike, app CPU, DB CPU, or maybe due to a kernel limit or maybe row lock error. You can monitor it with the help of Scale Center. And then if it is an Apex related issue, you
Mm-hmm.
solve it with the help of Apex Guru.
Okay. All right. That makes much more sense now. Thank you. So
No worries.
there's one more question. Like, if suppose if I have to like make sure to be ready before production. So if I have kind of like a pre-production check or pre-go live check, so can I make use of these products for checking off my instances, like checking off all my data, like uh, if the testing is done properly, if the statistics are proper, all the checklists that I have before production, can I make use of these products for that
Yeah.
purpose?
This is one of our
Okay.
biggest use cases. Go
Oh.
lives. A lot of customers do the entire check. They have multiple tests.
Mm-hmm.
Between each of the test runs, they use Scale Center and Apex Guru deeply to understand what are your insights, the hotspots. They fix
Mm-hmm.
them, they test at a higher scale, fix them again, and
Okay.
finally provide like a lot of actionable recommendations. So once they're confident, and a lot of customers across industries. So another good thing, a good call out about these products are they're industry agnostic. Any
Oh,
industry, any different,
okay.
any kinds of use cases, they can follow this methodology before they go live.
Do we also have some templates to support these use cases, or it is like standard checks that we have? Like suppose if we have the industry that you mentioned, like we have different industries.
Mhm.
So do we have any templates for the particular industry, or it's like the standard template that we'll be using?
It's very customized because the industries might be the same, but the
Choose
use
same.
case might be different again.
Yeah.
So it's on the customer to understand what they need to test for. It's on them to build a test plan. After that, there's a lot of ways where we support the rest of the processes through the products.
Okay. That makes sense. So we have now covered like the pre-production. How about the post-production? Like after deploying your agents or deploying your apps, like after that as well, can you still manage it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So for any day-to-day optimization, even in production, you have Scale Center and Apex Guru. So you can
Hmm.
look at what's happening and then you can go back to your pre-prod and fix it, deploy it to your production. That's how like post-deployment optimizations work.
Hmm.
On top of that, there's other use cases like if you have a peak event. For example, you're a retail company and there's a Black
Oh
Friday
yeah,
event. You have
of
like
course.
2x load that you're expecting. So a good thing to do is based on your production events, you can create a test it in your sandbox, make sure that okay, I can actually hit my 2x of the load, and
Hmm.
then you'll have that scale confidence for your important day.
Okay. And suppose if there is like, if there is no such event, but there is a drastic kind of a peak that is like coming up, or maybe the volume has like really shoot without us knowing it. So will it alert us or give us some notifications, or we have to monitor the product?
You have to monitor.
You have
So
to
Scale
monitor it.
Center and Apex Guru, just keep a watch on those.
Keep a watch on those.
It,
Okay.
usually, the alerting aspect of it is also something that is going to soon come up on the same alerting and notification aspect within Scale Center,
Awesome.
within Apex Guru, which means now you don't have to always go to the products
Products.
to keep a check on the same. But sudden peaks, how can it come? I mean, usually the business decisions influence the
Fluence. Yeah.
outcome of IT. Maybe if something like Black Friday is going to happen, then
Then
proactiveness would be
maybe.
that we are prepared
Mm-hmm.
for that. And that's where these products fit in.
Okay. Yeah, that makes more sense. Sorry. Uh, I was actually like making maybe a situation like if it is possible to like get a email if we are not monitoring and if there is a sudden peak. But
That will be very cool though. I mean, sudden Black Friday for me would be very cool.
I know. Okay. Coming over to the next one. Can Scale Center help me compare performances like before and after a major development?
Yes, yes, yes. So it is available in Scale Center in the org performance page.
Mm-hmm.
Once you go on Scale Center, you have a comparison tab. You just need to click on it, and then you can identify the timelines, and
Okay.
you can get a comparative view of before
Awesome.
implementation versus post implementation, before peak versus after
Peak
peak,
after peak. Yeah,
anything.
that will be really fancy. Like, and can we
Yes.
also go back to the previous deployment or the previous one?
Like
I
three
mean,
comparisons, you mean?
no, I mean, if we found the previous uh, agent was working better than the current one, and we have still deployed the current one, can we still roll back a deployment?
Yeah, data is stored for 30 days, right? And
30
if
days. Oh, yeah.
you you will have a view how the agent is
Of the
performing.
agent's performance. Okay. Here is the next question. It's from Chandrasekhar. Is there a way to debug live agent force conversation?
I would really want that to
I
happen.
would exactly.
Oh,
I
live.
think
Yeah, on the go, I think.
on the
But
go. Yeah.
that would need yeah, go ahead, Vaishnavi.
Agent Builder, it's not live, but you can actually
Yeah.
chat with it real time and it shows you
Yeah.
exactly what's happening.
Right, the
Uh,
So,
planner
the
actions.
planner
yes,
actions, the set
yeah.
of actions.
Mhm.
Okay. Uh, but yeah, the next one is again from LinkedIn user. That's what it says. Would testing in Sandbox consume flex credits? This is
Yes.
from Suraj Pillai. Will it consume? Okay.
It will consume, but I have seen that the sandbox has slightly different rates. So I'm not
Mm-hmm.
exactly aware of the exact pricing, but
Mm-hmm.
would still consume some credits.
Okay. Thanks. Moving on to next one. The next one is from Niket. And Niket is asking, Scale Center does not have visibility into platform events like publishing volume, delivery latency, etc. Any plans to enhance this in future?
Yes, yes. It is going to come up again. I hate the word soon because all these things are are top priorities, and everyone is asking us the same
Yeah.
thing. So we are working on it. It's already in our roadmap, already working on
Hmm.
it. Soon you shall be seeing it.
Awesome. Thanks for asking this, Niket. Moving on to the next one. So, MCP is not primary question, but I'm not convinced once agent is built, why can't it be used to deploy in any R org, like be it dev, UAT or production? Let me read it again. MCP is not my primary question, but I'm not convinced once the agent is built, why can't it be used for deployment in any org?
The agent to agent interaction is not the main concern over here. I think
Concern,
they're asking about the movement or pushing the
pushing,
agent from dev to UAT to prod.
prod.
Uh, and our response was every time
And
we have to rebuild it.
no, I
Hmm.
think Agentforce DX has some tools coming up. Now, I recently heard that there's some integrations with Agentforce tooling with DevOps Center as well. So I feel like it is coming up, but right now I'm not aware of anything. But
Okay,
soon they should be able to port, like to answer the earlier question, they should be able to port agents from dev to pre-prod and production.
okay.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Uh, Moving on to the next one, that is traditionally, sandboxes have been on a different and low powered infra tool compared to prod. How well do they scale test results in sandboxes translate to product given there's infrastructure parity between full copy sandbox and the production environment sandbox? This is from Suraj again. Thanks for asking the question, Suraj. This is really a good one. What do you think, Vaishnavi, Mayuresh?
Yeah, so the infra parity is what we provide as the USP of the product.
Wow.
So yeah, this is like the biggest thing that no other testing tool out there can give you, right? Like we match that production scale for you.
Yay.
Now, to conduct a scale test with, let's say, your test plans and your test setup is everything is accurate, and
Mm-hmm.
you've simulated what you want to simulate, and you conduct the test in your
Yep.
sandboxes using scale test. And if
Mm-hmm.
you're able to hit, let's say, 20,000 users conducting one particular action, and you can comfortably hit that in your production as well. So that is the kind of scale confidence scale test gives you.
Yeah. Thanks. Even I was curious to know about it because I did speak about the full copy sandbox with Mayuresh today, and I was like, how is it going to do it with production environment support? Anyways, moving on to the next one. That's like coming from Shruti again. Does Agent for support give me a support scalable testing in production when integrated one way with Apex Guru?
We don't scale test in production. Once again,
Yeah.
We again.
we do copy sandbox.
I think I should add that.
Like a
As a
disclaimer.
banner
Yeah.
disclaimer, yeah, we do
And
not test in productions. I mean, you can test it, but we don't.
our production is sacrosanct.
Yeah.
We should not.
We should not. That's so true. Um, Coming up with the next one, does Apex Guru generate a report of all the metadata components stating all the anti patterns in them? This is from Ratindra Dakuya.
A great question. Metadata anti-patterns are not
Not
at this point of time
pointed.
highlighted.
Yep. Um, I think that's something maybe in future, hopefully,
Um, we are working
working on
on
it. I'm
something on
sorry.
those lines. Um,
Okay, no problem. I think we are
yeah.
covered by the forward looking statement.
Yeah.
Cool. The next one, that is, does Agentforce support scalable testing in production one way with Apex Guru when integrated one way with Apex Guru?
We just covered this, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's a
I
different.
think that was
In
asked.
production.
Yeah, that's the same question by Shruti, and
Yeah.
it's been covered. Awesome. So most of the questions we have covered, and we just have a couple of more minutes. So I just have a couple of more questions as well that I'll ask. And guys, if you have any questions, feel free to add them in again. I've also shared the links previously where you can drop your feedback. Okay. Moving on to the next question, how can I detect governor limit breaches or low rock issues using Scale Center?
Yeah. Um, so Scale Center is pretty intuitive. Let me tell you
Hmm.
that. Once you get into Scale Center, you just identify the time frame, and once you select the time frame, you do a root cause analysis of it. There are root
Okay.
cause analysis reports on governor limits, on
Uh-huh.
roll lock errors as well. You just create that report, and you will get to see what caused that roll lock error.
Okay.
How can you solve it is also going to come up. And for governor limits, similar thing. So this already exists. So you should try it out.
Awesome. Okay. Moving on to the next question, like does Scale Center allow historical trend analysis? Like how far I can look back? I think you said 30 days. That is the time period.
That's right.
Is it?
Correct.
It's 30 days, right?
Yes. It's
Okay.
30 days.
Awesome. And yep, I think most of the questions that we have covered. Do we have anything for MCP implementation? Considering, sorry, MCDs, MCP is all buzzing around.
Yeah, MCP or A2A, agent-to-agent interaction,
Mm-hmm.
right now it is not covered. It
Okay.
is it is not covered at this point of time. Maybe will evaluate this particular ask.
Awesome. Is there anything else that you would like to share with our developers, admin, like something that they should be learning into? I'll be definitely sharing the resources as well now, but anything that you would like to highlight, advice, suggestions?
You'd like to call out anything, Vaishnavi?
Yes, we do have a world tour and TDX London coming up on 11th and 12th June. So, for all the audience in UK or anyone who's traveling, please visit our scale test booth. We have amazing sessions lined up. We're also doing a hands-on demo workshop the day before world tour, which is June 10th at Salesforce London Tower. You can find these details on my LinkedIn profile. Would love to get more feedback and just interact with you all. I think that's the upcoming, yeah, big thing for our team.
Absolutely. I'm excited to meet you both. Are you both coming to London?
With just me,
Hopefully.
yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I hope so. So, yes, here are some resources like there is this trailhead using which you can learn about Scale Center. And yeah, this is the link. You'll find some quick modules for you to get started with Scale Center, as the homepage as well that I've shared previously, where you can find everything about the Scale products. And if you're interested in giving a feedback, a review, some new suggestion, product suggestions, please make sure you use this email address to send all your feedbacks and suggestions. And the last one that I shared was, yes, this session. That's from TDX 25 at SFO, where you can learn about Scale Up Agentforce app with Scale Center and Apex Guru. It has a really nice walkthrough the demo that will help you understand the process better, like how Scale products are going to work with Agentforce. Um, and yes, there are some other links like how to troubleshoot Apex performance, scaling issues using Scale Center. Uh, and there is a product demo as well. I'm sure I'm just uh, skimming through all this, like the links, but maybe you can just find them out on a YouTube channel where you can find a list of all the links once this stream is completed. Awesome. So with
Um,
that, I'm
Sorry,
just
Akshita.
sorry.
Another big call out that we forgot about. We have so many pilots across all three of our products. So if any
Yeah.
customer is interested to sign up to anything, you've seen our roadmap, you've seen what's in pilot, please reach out to us and we can get you enrolled.
Awesome. And you can find out other resources from our developer community on the salesforce.com dev community as well. So make sure you check it out. And yeah, Maharesh Vaishnavi, anything else that you would like to highlight or bring up?
I mean, I just wanted to call out that the email ID that was given to you,
Yes.
shared by Akshita, that is something that we monitor very closely. So, any feedback, any improvement, you feel something that needs to be incorporated. Ours is a very agile team. So, feel free to share those thoughts and we'll be responding to the same.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yep.
And once again, as you guys were asking about the MCP, so the next AMA in June will be talking more about MCP with the product experts. So make sure you sign up for it. You can find the details on the LinkedIn Salesforce developers page. Mark your calendars and make sure you ask all your questions to our product experts. And with that, we just have 1 minute. And I would really like to thank both of you for taking your time out and joining us here. It has been a great session. I love chatting with you both, and I'm excited to meet you both in London, hopefully soon for the TDX. Um, yeah, and that's pretty much it. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining, guys.
Thank you,
Thank
Akshita.
you. Thanks,
Yep,
Akshita. Thanks,
Yep.
everyone.
one, no problem. See you soon. Thank you. And
See you.
thank you everyone for joining. You can find all the resources on our page, which is over here. And yeah, all the best. Happy learning and see you soon on the next one. Thank you so much.